Regarding the tax structure also, there have happened lot of changes into the slab. Now try to understand that there are in goods and services, there are several items, there are several goods which has been imposed, which this center and state is imposed tax. Then there are different types of services also. So now the government have to decide what should be the tax structure for different items. Now try to understand that all goods are not, the goods are of different category. There are merit goods are there are non-merit goods also. And there are essential commodities also. You getting the point? Goods like essential commodities are there. You know what is an essential commodity? Okay, the essential commodity like wheat or rice are they essential because it's very, for the common man it's very important. Essential commodities. There are essential commodities. There are other items. So think about the products or the goods you consume. Consumption is not only eating, it's usage also. That's also under economy, it's consumption only. Don't think in the other way, normal. So try to understand that regarding the tax structure. So can you think about like this, okay? A bottle of water, that's also, you can say you have to pay tax for it. Bottle of water, packaged drinking water, normal, not normal water. And then think about a bottle of liquor. Can you treat them equally? No. You can't treat them. One is a merit goods, other is a demerit goods. Okay, it's not. So the government have to decide a slab regarding for each items what should be the slab. And finally, in this GST council meeting, it has decided that there will be a four-tier structure. Now, while reading newspaper, some newspapers say that it is 5-tier, some newspaper says that it's 4-tier. So don't worry, UPSC will not see. I'll tell you why some newspaper is saying 4-tier, why some newspaper is 5-tier. We'll see it. See, the tiers are like this. One is some items will be, the tax will be 5%. For some items, the tax will be 5%. For some, it will be like this: 5%, 12%, 18%, and 28%. These are the four tax slab for indirect taxes: 5%, 5, 12, 18 and 28. 5, 12, 18 and 28. Now there is only 4 tax slab. Now why some newspaper is saying 5? If you add 0, there are some tax which is, there is no GST. So if you take 0, then it is 5. If you don't take 0, it is only 4 tier. But anyway, UPSC will not ask you that GST is having 4-tier structure or 5. No, they will not see. If a question comes like GST is having a 4-tier structure or GST is having a 5-tier structure, imagine, means accept it, it's a correct statement. So UPSC will not make it a wrong statement by making 4 or 5, because it's coming in the 2 national newspapers. Some national newspapers says that it's their interpretation only, but in the GST council meet it is using only the term 4 only. Okay. Now what I am trying to say is that if they says that, okay, if a UPSC question is like that, okay, there is only 2-tier tax structure or 3-tier tax structure, it is absolutely wrong. You can, so in that way only they will change it, or they will say 6 or they will say 7, something like that, which is not at all. Regarding 4 or 5, if a question comes, that's a correct statement if it is in relation to indirect or GST, indirect tax or GST. But again, this slab earlier it was 4 only, but later on it was revised to, earlier it was 4 and 26, but it changed. But this is the final one. Earlier is not important for you. This is the final one. This tax structure is, again, it's a fact, but it was in news at least for a month continuously. This news were coming regarding this tax structure. So be very clear with the tax structure: 5, 12, 18 and 28. Now there is a question, where the service tax will come? That's the government have not decided. Where, that you will be knowing only on May 19th, the next meeting, the final meeting they will decide. See, as of now, the government have, the GST council have not decided which product or which services will be put under, but one thing is clear, it will be in any of these slab. Now presently the government have, don't get confused if I use the word government. Government means both the state government and central government. That is what GST Council. But the GST Council I have already said that, or the finance minister have already conveyed that what all are the present rate of taxes, how they will add each item to this tax slab if a particular commodity is charged under 15% of tax. 15%. So service tax is presently 15%. Yes or no? 14% service tax, then 2 cess. So presently you are paying 15 total in net 15% as service tax. Now service tax either will come under 18% tax slab or 12%, because that is, so what is near to it, they will, GST will put under that slab only. So this is what been conveyed by the government, that what is the present tax rate, you will put, that product will be put under the near slab. What is your near slab or the adjacent slab, it will be put under it. And reason what is saying, the reason for, again this term is very important, that the government don't want GST to bring, means to increase inflation. For the initial period, try to understand that for the initial period. In long run, prices will come down, it will result in controlling inflation, but during the initial period, there can be increase in prices for certain items. So for example, items like services, there is a high possibility will be put under this slab only, 18% slab. So people who are using services, you will be impacted by GST. Why? Presently we are paying only 15%, but with GST you have to pay, but it's not sure, it's only a suggestion being made, but there is a high possibility it will be coming under 18% tax bracket. Okay, so similarly for other goods, many of the goods, basic goods, the present tax will come down, because there will be many of the items now you will be paying more than 15%, they will come under, they will be put under based on the necessity or based on the merit, it will be put under this tax slab. And here, so along with this 4 tax slab, so try to understand that items will be put under in any of this slab, some items will be exempted from GST, that will be nil rate. And then it also said that there are some sin items, sin goods. There are some sin goods like tobacco or demerit goods. So demerit goods like or luxury. See, sin goods are like pan masala, tobacco or cigarettes will come under, tobacco products or especially cigarettes will come under sin goods. For sin goods, along with to the highest, see what is the highest tax slab? To that tax slab, it will impose a cess. See, normally, try to understand that with the introduction of GST, many of these cess will be subsumed. Be very clear, many of the surcharges and cess will be subsumed. You know that I had posted several articles on cess and surcharge. It's a major revenue for the union government. In the union budget, you have seen that cess and surcharge is increasing. But try to understand, see, we have Krishi Kalyan cess, you have Swachh Bharat cess, several cesses are there. These cess and surcharge will be subsumed. So try to be very clear, we are not talking in relation to direct tax. Don't get confused. GST is what? Indirect tax. What all things I am talking about? I am talking only about indirect tax. Don't confuse with direct tax. Let it be income tax, corporate tax, all are direct tax. Keep them aside. That's not our topic here. Our topic is in relation to indirect tax. A tax in which, what is the definition of indirect tax? The burden can be shifted. The burden can be shifted. That the government will impose tax on you. The government will impose tax on you and he can shift that burden to other person. But in direct tax, that can be done. You have to pay the taxes. So be very clear. So in relation to indirect tax, those goods, there will be a cess. There will be a cess, and it is in relation to, so in addition to this 28% tax, they have to pay cess, and this cess is different for different products. It's not the same. The cess rate is different, so it's a factual point, but very important. Just have an idea regarding this cess. The problem with GST is that there were lot of articles related with it kept on changing the value. In every GST council, what they said in the earlier, they will change it. It was a give and take. Regarding this, for pan masala, it is like just value is not important. For pan masala, the cess, it has kept a, see, it has not said that how much it will be the rate. See, we are not clear with the rate. Why? The rate, the exact rate, and which slab it will be decided on May 19th only. But what it is saying that for certain items, for certain sin goods, there will be a cess. That is very clear. For certain goods, there will be a cess, but again, based on the sin, based on the impact to the society or to the people, that for example, cigarettes is having more than pan masala. I don't know, that's all government logic. Why cigarette is having, it is given a cap. Try to understand that a cap is also been given. Cap means maximum, like FDI cap, maximum. So here this is the cap. Cap means the cess can be maximum. The cess can be maximum 135%. The cess can be maximum 135% to the maximum slab. That is 28. Be very clear. Cess is what? Tax on tax. Cess is what? Tax on tax. So this 135% is related to what? This 28% of the maximum tax slab. And it's given that for pan masala and cigarette, it has given the maximum cap of, the highest cess has been given for cigarette, tobacco and cigarettes, 290% cap is there. So value is not important. What I am trying to say that along with this 4 tax slabs, there is a cess for sin goods and luxury items. For luxury items, there is a, for example, this SUVs, car. SUV cars, for them it is 15%. This term is very important. Luxury cars and aerated drinks. You know what is aerated drinks? No? Pepsi, Cola. They are very, Pepsi and Coca-Cola is unhappy with GST. Why? Because they have been put under demerit goods. So people who are having luxury cars and aerated drinks, for them there is a cap. That's a small cap. Unlike other 15%. This is very important. The GST Council have decided that cess. I'm talking. These are all cess for luxury cars and aerated drinks. Cess will be 15%, and it's a cap, maximum 15%, not beyond that. But for pan masala, it is 135 maximum, and for cigarettes, it is 290% to the highest slab. Highest slab is 28%. Highest slab is 28%. So this tax structure you need to be very clear with it. This tax structure you need to be very clear with it. Along with this tax structure, be very one important point. What all items are being presently exempted? This is very important. Be very clear. When I say exempted, it is not under GST. It will be the earlier taxes. Okay, presently, but in future they may be added. So they will ask a question, which all items are included or not included under the GST. This you need to be very clear with it along with this tax rate. First is regarding real estate. Real estate presently is not put under GST. In future it may happen. Presently it is not under, it is for time being it is excluding. Then electricity. So electricity will not come under GST. Then alcohol is not presently, and the petroleum products present, but petroleum products will come very soon. For time being, and this is one of the criticism of GST. See, try to understand, all these products gives you the maximum revenue for many for the center. You know that na, alcohol, petroleum products. If you see the union excise duty, see, if you see the excise if you see the indirect tax of union government, majority of the taxes have come from petroleum products, and that is not included under GST. Then for the state government, alcohol is a major revenue for them. Presently it is not included. So then real estate. So that is again, that is one of the, even though we say that one nation, one tax, actually still it is not. But actually it's a, take it positively. People are saying that it's a initial step. There can be gradual improvement upon it. Again, be very clear. This, see, in this today's class there are a lot of facts related with it. Now I'll tell you very simple thing, okay. How you can revise it is that there will be lot of articles coming again on GST. When you get time, now you have an idea what is this GST is all about, why the government is coming with GST. Now once you, in any article, if it is repeating, the point is repeating, try to understand that it's important. All the items which I had discussed till now have come in the newspaper minimum 30 times in 30 days. So that much important. As UPSC is asking that, see, in a year 30 days news have come, these related with all these things, you have not read at least once. So that's why I am telling again what all things I have discussed today are those articles which have repeatedly come and discussed, lot of editorial have come, plus have been discussed, minus have been discussed, like that regarding this cess also. So be very clear with that. There will be again lot of articles. There are so many people who are against this GST by saying that, but there are some people who say that let it be like that. But in the present context, this regarding the petroleum products is mentioned under the constitutional amendment. It's mentioned as an, it says that it will be, you require more consensus. You require more consensus because petroleum products is a major revenue for the state government. From the petroleum products they get a major revenue as sales tax, and it's also a major revenue for the center also. So they may require some more time. So in future it's very clear petroleum products will be added. But regarding alcohol, that's the only item which may take lot of time, but it's already say that all the rate, it's clearly saying that it is exempted from. So try to understand that all the items is not under GST tax. There are some items that it will continue, the earlier trend will continue. So be very clear with this items which have been excluded, under GST. So that's another important thing. So be very clear, the very important issues regarding GST. Items excluded is very important. Items excluded means you can expect a question on items excluded under GST. Then the different tax slabs, that's very important. In that tax slab, cess, see, they will not ask you what is the rate. You need to understand that there is a differentiated cess for different products. For that only I written different rate. For have an idea that for luxury car and aerated drinks it's a one rate, a lower rate. But as the goods, sin goods comes, that rate. So there is even though there is a cess, that cess is not uniform. It is differentiated. You know, the UPSC will change the statement and will make you confused. So be very clear with that. 4 tax slab with the cess for luxury products and sin goods. So that cess is differentiated. That is very important. Then regarding this administrative control, that's very important. Administrative control presently. So what is this administrative control is all about? what is the present? So in GST, what this, how it has been divided? So the threshold or that 1.5 crore is very important. 1.5 crore is very important because that is the threshold in which it has been divided. For 1.5 crore this much, up to 1.45 crore this much, and above 1.5 crore this much. That's very important. Then regarding the threshold limit, it's not that important unlike other, but have an idea. Threshold limit from where GST is included. So small retailers are removed from the GST tax burden, its complications. Then comes the GST Council, very important, GST Council. Then try to understand the significance of 101st Constitutional Amendment, the major changes made by 101st Constitutional Amendment Act 2016, 101st Constitutional Amendment Act 2016.